Hi everyone, Vic here, and also
Hi everyone, Lolly here.
and we decided to do another podcast this week because we had great fun recording it yesterday, and why not? There's no tax on this stuff, at least not yet. So where are we going to start today?
I think vision boards. Should we have a little chat about vision boards?
Vision boards are good, yeah. Okay, so vision boards, we ought to explain what they are, just in case there's people out there who haven't done them. I mean, they're a bit, they were kind of not really heard of, weren't they? And then the last sort of 5 or maybe even more than that years, people are all like into vision boards.
Yes, they are, isn't it? Where you get like any kind of board. You can even just have a wall.
Yeah, or a bit of paper.
Yeah, and just put on what you want in the future.
Yeah, so it's a good thing for, it's like setting goals, really.
Yeah, I was going to say setting goals, but with pictures.
Yeah, and if you're a little bit creative and you like gluing and sticking, it's great fun.
Yeah, it's like being a 5-year-old again.
Yeah, so you get yourself a giant bit of paper and a load of magazines, or what I tend to do actually is cheat and print off Google things and then print off pictures.
Yeah, I mean, in the old days, before all that, you would get magazines.
Well, yeah,
cut out magazine pictures.
We all did that when we were little.
Yeah, of what. So I think vision boards probably been around a very long time.
I'm sure they have. They just weren't popular.
Yeah, or what they really meant, or they didn't have a name, I suppose, did they?
No, I suppose it was like a bit like scrapbooking when you were a kid, going, these are all the things I want for Christmas.
Yes. Like choosing out of the Argos
yeah, the old Argos catalogue. What are we going to do without the Argos catalogue?
I don't know.
I'm so upset.
It's online now, isn't it?
I know, what a load of rubbish.
I know, but it saves the planet.
It's pants though, because like the little old men that live around the corner who do all their Christmas shopping from Argos catalogue.
Oh, I used to love the Argos catalogue when I was
Argos. You should do them still for people like that.
Yes.
Not for people like us. We can look online, but you know, for the old folk.
But it was also the smell of the cat. You know that I'm really bad. I remember any catalogue.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to have a sniff, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm a bit of a book sniffer. And
I'm a bit of an anything sniffer, really.
Well,
that sounds really bad.
No,
really
don't go there.
No, I'm not. But you know, if you get a new pen,
yeah,
like a marker pen, you got to have a sniff.
Yeah. They'll probably get banned for that now. Don't do it, kids.
Don't. Glue sniffing is bad.
It's bad for you.
Yes, anyway, so back to vision boards. So yeah, I think gathering a bunch of magazines, mind you, you're not allowed magazines these days, are we? Like, you can't get them from like the doctor's surgery or wherever, because they've taken them away because they've got corona particles all over them or some rubbish.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and magazines are all online these days, so...
Yeah, well, all the books are and everything, aren't they?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Although
I do still like a magazine, though.
Yeah. I haven't read a magazine for a very long time. I used to read Spirit and Destiny and a hell of a lot. I used to get it each month.
Yeah.
And they were wrap myself up in a little world of cocoon and expand
Yeah, I always
my
used
mind.
to get one when I went on holiday. Like, it was a treat. Like, I'd go and choose a magazine. It would probably be a crochet one or something like that. Or it might be a trashy, crappy one. And then I'd take it on holiday, and it was my treat to read when I was on holiday. But yeah, nobody's been on holiday for years, have they? So,
no, what's a holiday? Well, you can still have a holiday, but you have to have it at home, don't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
At home. Literally at home.
At home. Right, anyway, so back to vision boards, yeah. So I think the way I tend to do them now is Google, basically, and just pick out bits on Google that I like. I was doing one the other day, actually, and I Googled kitchens with Argos. I'm literally that old and
so
sad.
So have you got a vision board at the moment, then?
Well, kind of. I've collected a whole bunch of stuff and put it together in a pile on a software program called Canva, because I am a bit of a nerd and I love a bit of Canva. So I kind of, this was like a first draft. I was just playing about here. So I've just brought it up on the computer for all you people that can't actually see what we're doing. So yeah, I kind of started with a bit of A4 paper, and then I've just dragged in some photos and stuff. So I've got, a nice Swiss chalet on there, because that'd be nice to have one of those. I'm a bit of a petrol head, so I've got a nice Mustang. Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Got a nice house there.
Yeah,
Is that your Swiss chalet?
That's my Swiss chalet.
Nice kitchen.
Yeah, I've got skiing on there because, I love a
can
bit of
see.
skiing. Got my nice kitchen,
And
yeah.
you're jumping up and down there.
Oh, that's energy levels that represents.
That's
Lots
a good
of
one.
energy.
Yeah, that's a
Because
good one.
I'm fed up of being all lethargic. And then going to Italy and going to Greece is on there. Don't know whether I'll be allowed to do that, but, it can be on there.
And what's the timer represent? The
More
egg
time. More time that represents. And that's why it's full at the top, because I've got the time. Yeah, and then there's eating out. So I've done that with a little table and a chair. Walking in nature. Eating more healthy food. So yeah, all sorts of stuff you can put on your vision board. Oh, and a bit of D&D as well, because I am a big D&D nerd. So that's Dungeons and Dragons, the 70s RPG role-playing game. I am the dungeon master. So yeah, I love playing that. So that's on there as well. And then of course money and success, because who doesn't want more money? I mean,
Well, money gives you more time, doesn't it? More money gives you more time.
Yeah.
Once you've established that.
yeah.
amount of
And
money.
there's nothing wrong with wanting more money, I don't think, anyway. Because
do you know what I think? I think as a society now, we're almost groomed to say we have to have all these expensive cars, this beautiful house. This is what success looks like we're told what our success looks like. We're not allowed to decide it for ourselves.
That
through,
is very
media.
true. That is very true.
So we're told all this stuff. We've got to have this nice house. We've got to have this nice car. You've got to look this certain way. You've got to have this certain handbag. You've got to wear this certain jewellery. You've got to wear these designer clothes, because that is what success really is about.
yeah, if you're successful, you've got all that
actually,
shit, right?
Success to me is being happy, having the stuff I need. But sorry, what I was actually going to say about that.
Yes, she's gone off on a tangent.
I go off on a tangent. Is that you're told like this is what you should have, but actually no, you're not allowed to ask for money, because it's almost like a naughty child asking for sweets.
Yeah.
How dare you want to be successful? But we want success looks like this, but you're not allowed to be successful.
But if you want money, you've got to be greedy.
Yeah.
So there must be something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've always maintained this. I think my dad used to say to me when I was little, money can't buy you happiness. Well, bollocks. Yes, it can, to an extent. Because money can buy me a nice holiday, relaxing, all that kind of stuff. Money can buy me being able to help out my friends financially, and that brings me a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
Money can buy me helping out a cat charity. So I don't subscribe to that. And I think, yes, there's nothing wrong with being successful and earning more money. You need to do that in order to help others and be who you want to be. So money's always going to be on my vision board, I think, until I've hit the big time.
Yeah, and I think it should be. And we live in almost a narcissistic society around the whole success culture. You've got to be
definitely.
this, but how dare you ask for this? How dare you ask for money? How dare you want to be successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always frowned upon, isn't it? You're supposed to nose the grindstone, work really hard.
Yeah.
But you're not actually supposed to then be successful and have a flashy car.
It's this perpetual carrot that's dangled in front of you. That this is how I see it now.
Yeah.
That this is what you can get if you work harder and harder and harder.
Just for the benefit of
I am
the
dangling
listeners,
my hands.
she's dangling a fake carrot.
And that's how I see it. And this is where I think when you're creating a vision board, you've got to get what your idea of success is very clearly, and not be ashamed of what you want. Because I also think that I haven't done a vision board for years. And
I did just say this was the first draft, right? I don't really think this is my final.
No. I haven't done one for years, and I know
look down on my vision board.
I did not look down on the vision board at all. But just seeing it there has just reminded me that it is about the intent behind it.
Definitely. And
you can't just say, I want to live this lavish lifestyle, which, by the way, there isn't loads of lavish stuff on Vicky's board. I wouldn't say that's, oh my God. But,
I'm not that shallow.
It's not a wish, is it? It's that I want to work towards it. And by visually seeing it on a board,
and I think
gives you that, okay, but how can I achieve that? How? I'm a why person, and I'm a little bit of a how person.
Why?
So how can I achieve that? How can I do that? So if I need to get to that, how am I going to do it?
Yes.
What tools do I have to do it? What tools do I need to have to do it?
Exactly. So I think it's almost a goal-setting exercise, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It just looks pretty.
Yeah.
So it's engaging right and left side of your brain at the same time. Can't remember which way round it is, but one's the analytical and one's the creative.
I think left is the creative, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
And I don't know if it actually changes for different people as well.
I don't think it changes. I think it's set. But, you'll have to Google that. We're not, we don't know everything, do we?
But, no. Not at all. Far from it. That's why we're two spirits on a rug.
Yeah, that's a problem. So, yes, I think your vision board, once you've created it, and it can almost be a work in progress as well. I suppose that this time of year is the vision board creating time of year almost, because it's the goal setting time of year, after Christmas, New Year's resolutions that we don't believe in, and all that kind of crap all comes about this time of year in January, doesn't it? So if you've got your vision board and you've stuck a few things on it, maybe you only start with like 2 or 3 things, and that then goes up on the wall in front of your computer or wherever it is you work, or wherever. Doesn't matter, on your fridge.
In your fridge?
Yeah, okay. It needs to be somewhere you're going to see it, though. So on the back of your toilet door, who knows? But then it kind of gives you a little bit of oomph, I suppose, doesn't it, to work towards
and I think
stuff.
This time of year, if you look at nature itself, it kind of goes to sleep, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So for me, by working with something that I can visually see, especially something that's colourful rather than black and white, it's good to write goals down, but I think some people's brain engages better with colour and images than it does with words.
Well, everybody's brain does.
Yeah.
I don't think it's some people. I think everybody does. If you're using both sides of your brain, you work better.
Yeah.
As my bit of teacher nerdness coming out, you work
So
better.
to have something this time of year, which is probably why maybe we set goals and intentions in January, because nature's gone to sleep. And we kind of follow nature's cycle, I think, without even realising. And by having colour and visual stuff, it almost wakes your brain up, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm no expert, no psychologist. No. I study certain parts of it, but...
Yeah, no, don't believe anything we say. It's all just what we think.
Yeah.
So, the other thing I was going to say is, for a long time doing vision boards, I kind of felt like I wasn't allowed to write anything on them, which is really silly. But there was like this little rule in my head that said, no, it's supposed to be pictorial. There's only pictures allowed. But I think that's a load of rubbish, really, isn't it? I think you can put, if you can't find the picture to describe what you want, then bloody write it on there.
Yeah.
Do it in a nice font. Make it a nice colour.
Or type it out in colourful, like, and print it in colour.
Cut it and print it and stick it and glue. Excuse me, sniffing. I think it needs to be, as long as it's creative, then that's fine, isn't it? It's just getting the 2 sides of your brain involved. So that's kind of our vision board.
And I think it's about the energy you put into it, isn't it? And I don't mean like lots of physical energy that's going to wear you out, but it's your intent behind doing it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't sit and do this when there's other stuff going on and there's other people around. I'd do it on my own and, have a bit of chill time and start and think about it as well. And perhaps go through, make a little mind map or something and think about all the different things, my goals for the year, that kind of stuff. So that ties into it. I say, because I'm just looking at this now thinking, because I'm going to own a Swiss chalet and that Mustang by the end of this year.
But you don't know. How do you know you're not going to?
I might win the lottery. It'll be fine.
You never, I think, and the magic, I think, of life is you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't even know what's going to happen in the next hour. So this is where I say about when you're doing your vision board, don't just think this is what I wish for, almost like it's a longing that you'll never have.
Yeah.
That's where I think people maybe, like, they'll put down their, Mercedes, whatever car, and go, I really wish I had one of those.